Samuno Yansha, dear Ebabedimu Akotino Ebi. Ghana Mampani John Dramani Mahama, the Legal Education Reform Bill, no, to me, I am Ra, at the Ama Ghana School of Law, say a bit to me, Atinaho, in fear, be a science, Siano, Abano, every year. Afi yebehwe munsu government best value for money office no asipe pepe ewo January 2027 at the Akotia contract ebetumi asay oman ejapade yebebonsu ewremu ewo Ghana Police Service omonsu ebo modern se wodinim de ne intelligent leading police bekun etie mumuyonsem eyeden ewo oman Ghana mu afi Mahama Care Fund so no menewo ka say etumi aba obi biada obeyari obekwa yare sabiano wontu yahwe ewo Ghana ahase ne mum ye de ni betiomu nsu ewo ewutu senya west eno na MP no asase a obetra omo health facility ewo papase number 1 no emu e be sanso de ani akwa akotremu ewo Ghana Water Company and Ghana Water Limited omo so mu illegal water connection bebro 390 ewo Greater Accra. Afi amononi nsem no ye de ni betwemu ewo Uganda ho na obi a yabo ni beye amukodi na asem wotimi ama mobro abahi judges ene court omo ho nyina mo nyina etumi dwane wei eni nsem ahodo bebra keka ho ena meda me hotel na makwa ba na afi me ba menya bre etimi asane eponim edi ama Mami Sansuma Wakaba Emra off Enumere Kasia Boysu ko Facebook off TV Sansuna YouTube off TV afi Google Play Store no so off TV download the app no na eni kasubum me sense amna sia na me sha sia e de Ghana mampanyini Yera John Dramani Mahama NSCC me no eka say or the Legal Education Reform Bill 2025 no ayemra na waye nsakraye kasia Ghana mramu no ebi entumi ensida abakwasemu enfie beye aduasa ensia eni aduasia ensia ni na Ghana School of Law inkuto na omo professional legal training enfie bebre LLB graduate entinu se etwase obi etimi ko school ewosuapon fufuro mu ekwakwaya mra enyeye nanso mra fufuro yi ebetumi ama accredited university nso etumi the professional legal education no etumi aba eno na Ghana mampanyini etumi pen esiso asentibela eminu ka say etumi aba be mra ewo man Ghana na yenhwe wabra na afi ojimra no edi atum
regulate legal education and ensure the highest standards in terms of legal education, but also to open up the space, for more opportunity for legal education in Ghana. This particular act has been one that many aspiring lawyers have been looking up to. So it's been signed.
Our finance minister Yera Atufosen Asuye Onunsu Dinsam Edi Atuja Segana yes ye ho ashe se abano ebetimi abot ne ho modern na eniema bia entwa se etimi esisi wabra ye de contract edi amada sanino eno na ban etimi ahwe ema free ho eno na oka se value for money emra fufuro yi beboa ama wasesa contract emwa ebruso no anom eno na oka se January 2027 value for money office no ebehwe se ebesa se pepepe na Ghana 4P enso etumi enye anigye wom enya bra omobema kwan emakwabrane da sani biada ede ne pe aye eniema opese oye nemom sika ye de bema no no ye behwe se ode ebetoto na kwan eye yentie ensema atoforcing etimi editu eja.
President this morning signed into law the Value for Money Office Act. This singular signature and assent will mean that going into the future, the Republic of Ghana and the government of Ghana will curtail public sector expenditure that has actually risen as a result of overinflation of government contracts. What we seek to do going into the future will be that we'll set up the office, and all single source procurement will have to go through the Office for Value for Money. In the past, the legal division of the Ministry of Finance has been the one that conducts Value for Money office. They did not have the requisite skills and ability to deal with Value for Money. And so what we've done is to properly institutionalize the Value for Money office. President Mahama, as part of his campaign pledge, promised to establish the Value for Money office, and today he has graciously assented to it following Parliament's passage. I want to use this opportunity to assure the people of Ghana that the menace of public sector pardon of contracts and overinflation of contracts will be curtailed by this signature. What we seek to do is to use the next 6 months to properly constitute the office, nominate the leadership of the Value for Money office, and constitute the technical team that will ensure the implementation of the Act. And so I believe that beginning 2027 January, this office will be fully implemented, and Ghanaians will see the need of a Value for Money office. I have seen Value for Money office being operated in other countries, and I can tell you for a fact that if there's one single office that can pay for itself from day one, it is the Office for Value for Money office, because it's reduced public expenditure and obviously create fiscal space that will be used to develop other sectors of the economy. Thank you.
Now, for universities, I would was your power do a more Hong Kong, say, or Mutumi, F. addition for Mukakosia and Brano, Etumi Aye, Enumu and Attorney General Dominic Ayene, and so etimi in some atuja. So, best some implementation, no, as in term Arab. No, best a council for legal education. Nani probably etimi enya Quenya, Nafi Amasia Fonso etimi ejremo ewo Mangana. Yenti and some Attorney General Dominic Ayene.
Morning, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana has signed into law the Legal Education Bill 2026. As he himself said, this is a much anticipated reform bill or reform law that is supposed to radically reform legal education to create equality of opportunity for persons aspiring to be lawyers in this country. As a result of the fact that presidential assent has been given to the law, we are now ready for implementation. Immediate implementation will start with the establishment of the Council for Legal Education, which is the body that will oversee legal education in the country. We'll also start the process of accreditation of the law schools that will be running the law practice course for those who have LLBs and desire to write the bar exam. All of that will start this year. We'll be making budgetary provision for the implementation in the 2027 budget to be announced by the finance minister in November this year.
Yaboremu na yaboremu ewa banbon semu na mitabi Ghana for the enia kopiemu ewa Ghana Police Service minuka somuni FBI etumi esha bambo edin ewa Ghana mu anu na Ghana Police Service akase mumuyofo ene anyone ado so far ekwan boni so etumi ye mumuyo ewa Ghana mu no omo ba be yisane ma no ede free wo enam so ema IGP Christian Tete Yohonu akase intelligent-led policing, no, and we here, normally beko atia ya cybercrime, drug trafficking, and after cross-border crimes are hudwa, ebetimi akoso ewo Ghana mu. Enuntini yenti ensema, yenuya bema na papa, IGP Christian Tete Yohonu, etumi ekai.
Operations. This intervention is timely, strategic, and aligned with the evolving security demands of our country and the wider West African sub-region. Distinguished guests, the nature of crime has changed. Criminal networks goes beyond geographical boundaries. They are sophisticated, adaptive, and increasingly transnational. from cyber-enabled crimes to organized criminal syndicates and emerging security threats. Policing today requires more than traditional reactive approaches. It demands foresight, precision, and effective use of intelligence. As we are all aware, crime is becoming increasingly sophisticated and requires in-depth knowledge, advanced skills, and strategic operational planning to address it. This is the reason why officers have been assembled here for this important program. It is for this reason that under my leadership, the Ghana Police Service has placed strong emphasis on intelligence-led policing as the backbone of our operational strategy. Intelligence-led policing is not merely a concept. It is a philosophy that prioritizes information, analysis, and proactive decision-making in the fight against crime. It allows us to move from reacting to incidents to anticipating and preventing them. This training program, therefore, is not just another capacity.
U.S. Embassy Deputy Chief of Missions, Rabia Kwarasi, Ensu Etumi Janasim Pieso, Esan and Sam Edigu, Ghana, Bamba Won Sam said. Americans so omobato omoboase eni Ghana aye juma e wo Bamba home omobabua wa kadie biada yepe edifa FBI training program na eye IGP ene ne nkofo ediba sene be ya ye betumi etu emumuyo ena afi yetumi ase Bible mu edin e wo man Ghana na yentie nsema mami editude.
Let me say that this training also reflects a strong and enduring partnership between the United States and Ghana. Our cooperation is built on shared interests, mutual respect, and a common commitment to security, professionalism, and the rule of law. By working together and sharing expertise, we strengthen our collective ability to address evolving threats and protect our communities. The United States remains committed to working alongside Ghana to strengthen law enforcement cooperation and build institutional capacity to confront evolving security challenges. Together, we are promoting security, advancing the rule of law, and contributing to the shared security and prosperity of both of our nations. Thank you, and I wish you all a productive.
Ghana Medical Trust Fund Administrator Ajua Obuobie Jakun Opoku. Ena etumi akase Ghana yarisa muhauno ayedimpi. Na wasi udi wani etwemu ewo Northern Ghana. Cardiologist mienu pe ena omu ewo ho. Ena okase hwe nipa mpempem ewe tifidu mantemu. Na doctors mienu pe ena wo hwe won akomemu eyade ho. Wasi enyabra eboa ema ayarisa hwe dwuma no etimi ekoso. Enu ntin osre sa abanu betimi akon moa. Na niema pa obetimi de gu akwemu ema matimi anya doctors bebre ewa tifidu mantemu no watimi ade ama wo mo enu nso biem ana okase hospital p eni eye mfidie ena afi specialist ubayade ayede ubakwa duru ho no na eni mfidie de behwew na ebi eni ho enam so ema ayaresa wadwuma etumi ayede na ye ntie nsema Ghana Medical Trust Fund Administrator Ajua Obuaba Dakun Opoku etimi ekatre Ghana fu.
One of the first things the Trust Fund did was to conduct a comprehensive nationwide needs assessment across 21 facilities, comprising of 6 teaching hospitals, 9 regional hospitals, and referral facilities in the 6 newly created regions. The findings revealed the urgency for retooling of our healthcare facilities. Across all facilities accessed, there were only 2 MRI machines and 5 mammogram machines. Additionally, there are only 2 radiotherapy machines within the public sector and 1 in the private sector located in Accra and Kumasi. In the entire northern sector of Ghana, there are only 2 practicing cardiologists, 7 million of people. These gaps expose the severe inequalities in access to specialized care and underscore the necessity of sustained investment. This assessment is guiding our major nationwide intervention program. One of our major achievements has been the construction of 3 state-of-the-art cardiology centers at the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital, Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital, and the Tamale Teaching Hospital, in strategic partnership with the Ministry of Health. These centers are being designed to significantly expand Ghana's national capacity for cardiology and vascular interventions. They will include catheterization laboratories, hybrid theaters, recovery wards, intensive care units, consulting rooms,
Adi efa Mahama Care founder enonso etumi eye adwuma ewo manga na mu eno na oka se sisi de wo ya dasani kwabrane na wokọ ayaresabia wo ya de yade ti se non communicable disease ahodo no mu a ene me no ka se enya bra wo betua sika biada ewo ayalhwe achi ewo manga na wasi emrei esise found no ebetumi ama wontumi aboa ama won wo yade kodiewu omuntumi enye sika emfa nhwe omo yade no aban sise ya wode aba no ebetumi aboa na yentie ni nsema okan ye edichato.
And then there's something that we keep getting. Many people want funding to go to India, to go to abroad to get treatment. Let me announce here and now, we do not support any funding out of the borders of this country. So if you see many people tagging us on Facebook and all other networks and asking us to support a patient who wants to take a trip to India to get further treatment, please count the Ghana Medical Trust Fund out, because that money that we spend on one patient to go to India for a treatment, we can use that for about 20 patients in country.
Sujamu ewa pomudin ensensema na yetabli Ghana fodo mani akwakopiemu ewa ewutu Senya West eho ena mrasebe dwani oho ye Gizela tete agbotoi etumi akase wo sase se wo bema healthcare etumpon ewa nimpesua so emu eno na wodi nani echemu ewa Papase #1 health center wo siesie na watremu no mami ekasa se to the be abakon na nipa bebre abo atimi apintem wo ho akosi broni friend say overcrowding and afi ade friend say medical equipment wo ha no ekoso e wo hopa enu nti waka say wo beto a na afi wotumi aboa e de bia foforo etumi e de aba se ne be ya ayaresa ebetumi aba e de ama wona ewo ewutu Senya West na yentie ensema mra se bedwani etimi e de tuja.
During my first term of MP, I remember coming, I visited all these facilities quite a bit, and I remember coming to this one, and it was a shed, and it wasn't in good condition. They said this is where they do the weighing, and there can be dust and other environmental factors that not necessarily are the best for the children. So what we decided to do was, they told me they want some offices in addition. So I said, okay, whatever they want, I'm here to help them, provide it for them. So yes, actually, if you look at the demographics of it, this should even have been a health center. And then we are putting up another one. As you know, the Common Fund has been expanded to the districts, and so every district has 2 CHIPS compounds automatically. So one of them is at a place called Okrunkwanta Royal City, not too far from here, because there's population on the left side and there's population on the right side. So we've had to do this, and we're going to have to expand further, because this is the main public facility, although there are private clinics within this community as well, which private always complements what the public provide for. So the people have options. Yes, so at least this is what, but usually when it comes to weighing and all that, usually it's the public health facilities that do that.
Miboremu ewa Ghana akwan ensan samso eno ena road minister Kwame Govins Agboza etumi akacha contractors se woni abano enye adwuma ye na onfa kwan bia ye de ahye wonsa no ene wache kura no ansana mfie mienu aduonu enso 2027 beba no na wo ye contractor na wotimi aye kwan na wie ye mpen kokwasa enu nti ena ba na tabiri sika etumi adi amount saje na efaye na wose enam economic condition ti ebia obesan so ahwe contract ayede ama foforo no emu ebiem na yenti ensema road minister Kwame Agboza etimi adi tuja.
just as you've seen government, even in the past, as a result of our debt situation, put the country through a situation where everybody needed to adjust to what he or she is owed, including pensioners. I would encourage the contractors working here also to know that when the discussion about cost to complete comes, it cannot be the usual discussion where you want to slap every interest, every fluctuation on this project. All we want to do together is to work together to complete this project. So be prepared to also bend backwards to take some heat, but have enough money to be able to complete the project, so that at least you will not say that you did this project and you have made a loss. We will not want that one to happen. But be prepared that you will work with us to make sure that we will not make it business as usual, where the normal thing, add this fluctuation, add this. We are hoping that that discussion will go very well. And we are asking the Chief Executive immediately to engage your consultants and yourselves from now, so that before the end of the month, we can come to a conclusion. And we now need to give an extension to all of you to cover at least 1 year within which you will be able to complete this project. But that is a very detailed contractual issues that you handle with Highway, because currently all of you, your projects are in abeyance or actually dead. You don't have a contract that is fit for purpose. But we cannot say that we are coming to terminate.
And our Sansu about consultants no kokose when you want a juma and ukwari mu na afi wase won hwe ma contractors no adwuma sene design specification no SBT ya ka cho say kwan no ya double road ya no double road bridge da ha ya bridge no na ka ne emfa so afi sikapudu ya dia ma sefa ya kwan ne nkonkoti bi mfrim enkoye kwan fon kwatantan enfam kutowo mfie mienu mfie mensechi no na ekwan no na etutu afi ka faso a enya bra etumi eyeye enti o tresense se ye dia omodi atowo no o hwe se contractors no ebetimi aye adwuma pepepe na etumi aboa na yentie ensema Kwame Agboza no ene your road minister Edema Omangana esanso ekaye edeka.
It's just like asking a student to select his or her own examiner. If the contractor, the consultant is paid when the contractor is paid, how are you going to be able to hold that contractor to full scrutiny when he's working? Of course, he will just tell you whatever payment he's got did not include your work, and that is what you have been suffering. So we have decided from the beginning of this year that all road contracts we give, the consultancy agreements are separated and paid differently from the contractor's certificate. So when the contractor is raising certificate, he must, the consultant, in any case, you are the one helping him to raise certificate. When he's raising certificate for 20% of work done, there must be a corresponding certificate of 20% of work or so done by the consultant coming together to my office at the same time. So when we are paying, we know that we are not going to pay the consultant and leave the contractor, or pay the contractor and leave the consultant. That will give some level of independence to the consultant to be able to do what we ask them to do. Because sometimes I get confused as to whether you are on my side or you are on the side of the contractor. Because sometimes when I talk to some of you on site, you are speaking more like the contractor than for me. Then I say, I'm the one paying you. But your defense position is as if you are defending yourself against me. So please be reminded, you are working.
Midiani echomu ewon kankro kasiemu nina no Ghana Water Limited. Eno modin sema baba tuja so mu huna mani kasiye pa. Ewo nsuo a yemfa kwampa so echi ediko yefie. Agosi bro ni freno illegal water connection. Enu mu ena water se ebeburu 390 ewon kankro. And we are 9 pipe we were tapo so metapo so na watchibi no de konifie na yi wodi servo ne pickers na we yi e de afase e wa bro mu eno na managing director I friends Adam Mutuwakilu etumi akase ye ma company nu afrisika ebebro 16 million Ghana cedis na watumi enya 3 million epe yentie ensema watumi editu eja.
So far they've made significant progress. We have we've identified about over 375 customers who have done illegal connection. Only in Accra. From August to date, over 375. As at last week Friday, it was 397. But as we go, every day they are developing, and they bring their report every Friday. They serve us the report. How many they have identified, and with the help of national security too, they are doing well. We have their intel officers who are down giving us some hints, and when we follow up, they are really true. So I want to thank the National Security Coordinator for the good collaboration between Ghana Water Limited and his office. And we are grateful for the total support he has for us.
Now, what action is being taken against these people?
One is for them to come and pay the outstanding. If you are not willing to pay, then court process starts. But we'll take you off from benefiting from the water until all liabilities are settled. And we have been able to accrue about 16 million Ghana cedis, and so far recovered about 3.7 million cash. So we monitor it weekly.
No one kasamu ebiamunu ena wakase sisia de omo bokoko e de fa sane ma no ho na wona entua no betumi akọ asem bia eno ena wo chrem so do ni chrem e wo prampram betele afianya ene miaya etwa ho asia omo wo ensuo ho haw kase pa ni nyina no ye Ghana Water Limited se omo pipeline dadawa etimi atra ho baburu mfie eduoso no ho etumi aka amade o haw kase etumi edi abre wonum na yentie ensema papa yi esanso ekan edi to ansems
and realize that the 3 lines from Pong to Tema Booster is where we have issues. Because when we take the regional land revenue water, there are 2 regions that we have very high, Tema and Accra West. So investigation was done, and we realized that the main transmission line, which is one of them, which is the metal one, is 21-inch transmission line, has a lot of leakages, and that is what we visited today. So since March, we instructed the central workshop to fabricate the 25-inch, the 42-inch, for us to replace all the weak points. And that is what you can see that is progressing steadily. It is my hope that when we release the final tranche, and as I did indicate, I have to follow up to make sure the first tranche of money I receive is being utilized as expected, and we are very much convinced with my top management. So when we go back, we release the second tranche so that as soon as possible, we can start replacing the weak portions of the pipe. It is also important to know that replacing them brings about integrity of the pipes, because we are also working to replace all the 5 pumps at the Pong power treatment plants. Once we replace it, there will be so much pressure. So we need to make sure that the integrity of the pipelines are intact, so that by the end of the year, when the 5 pumps come on stream, we won't have any leakages on the pipe. And that is why we are fighting to ensure that we reduce non-revenue water to the minimum. For within the 3 months period, we should be able to get this thing fixed. But that is what I'm giving them, and I want to make sure they work within. We look at the schedules to get everything set. We cannot wait for long. Within 3 months, they should be able to fix all this thing. We bring the non-revenue water down, and by bringing non-revenue water, we are raking more revenue. Because the water that is wasted there will go to homes. They will pay. While the non-revenue
Midi yani ekwa piemu ewa Abrekuma West Municipal Assembly na meno kasei omatumi asase so obubu ghettos ewa Siabu Gbegbeyesi eni Glefe na Mr. George MC efene say George Pako Alote ni Dansoman Police ena edi se dwumadie enim na numu ena okase omo ekoduru ho no ena obeduru ho kwabrane ene ntampi Mumma minum tampe na chese wa busisi dibi esie dibi 13 enubonia ensem fata ghetto boy sabe Daniel sentampe ene sentinu ya bramba trawo mama sentampe sisina bankuba wo yiri nyina edi afri ho enu ena wo se ai o mani da so pressing ebetumi amasumje kase etumi aba na yentie ensema MC George Pako Alote etimi editu eja.
Today, Monday, we are here with the security, regional security council, with the municipal council, with our task force to crack down on the illegal activities that is going on within our municipality and on the beaches. In fact, we've come here a couple of times to talk to these people because the community is not happy, parents are not happy. Their kids are also involved in this illegal activity, and so we've asked our van to come around to tell them to demolish these ghettos. We've also come face to face and talk to them to do away with these ghettos, but still activity ongoing. And so today we are here to demolish all the ghettos in our municipality. We are starting from here in Shiabu and then along the beaches to Bitikwe and to Kulefe. This thing is going to take us a week or more, but we are determined to make sure to ensure that our municipality is clean and this activity will come to an halt. We've also seen a lot of exhibits, weed and some other things. I don't know what they are, but the community is telling us that this is what our youth are involved in. And they're saying that when we come here on weekends, it is a very, very bad thing. And you see a lot of smoke, and people do these things without any fear. And it is really, really bad for our community. And so today we are on top of the game, and we are ensuring that these activities will come to an end. Oh, there has been just one arrest because once they see the municipal and the police around, they all fled away. But one is arrested because we saw him in there. The police is just to investigate why he's there and then take it from there. Okay. The community, that thing will not stop today. Once we've started, we make sure we get rid of all of these illegal activities. We really don't have much problem people building on our waterways along the beaches. Yes, people are building, but this thing will keep on going. We will deal with whoever is in any illegal activity. The municipal will come after those people and make sure our community is clean.
Mita Bigana for the any Akakopemu, our Sunko Kroko, Amanyokomu, NPP. Na NPP ni Akakopemu, our Oyoko, and grassroots members, ever bro. Waha, Menuka say, Yen to me, Angie Wanantum, so bet to me at to Aba, our police station election, no emu. And Kovina Joseph Donko, Kase. Or the forms no call a bremu nanso na wapuwon eno na waka says see a process no de enya fa kura entimpanifo entrance na won hwemu ye se ne ebe betimi aboa wonom ebesi se no mobile party ni mu adwuma na ebedu ebra mo betiro mutumi no wo bekọ no yes ye kwabrane udi enim untimi ento abani bi ema no enyeye entin se ye de ne de enya bra ebeboa empanifo entimi emra ho na omuntimi emeko won emoa
in the polling station executive election and call for urgent intervention by NPP national leadership. 2. 1. The National Council of Elders, New Patriotic Party, NPP. The National Executive Committee, NPP. The National Executive, NPP. His Excellency, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, flag bearer and leader of the NPP. The rank and file of the NPP, New Patriotic Party. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, esteemed party elders, national officers, and fellow patriots, good evening. We, the undersigned grassroots members of the New Patriotic Party of New Jabin North constituency, have convened this press conference to publicly register our deep dissatisfaction and disappointment regarding the conduct of the ongoing polling station executive election in our constituency. The New Patriotic Party has always prided itself on being the party of democracy, due process, and inclusiveness. It is therefore with great concern that we observe actions that the constituency and the regional levels that contradict these foundational values and threaten the unity and credibility of our great party at the grassroots. Now, our grievances. 1. Unlawful refusal to accept duly completed nomination forms. Several qualified and loyal party members, esteemed 97 from Oyoko, who duly completed and submitted their nomination forms within the stipulated timelines, have been unlawfully denied the opportunity to file their nominations. This arbitrary exclusion is undemocratic, violates the party's constitution and guidelines, and undermines the principles of transparency, fairness, and inclusiveness that the MPP stand for. 2. Failure of the constituency and regional leadership to address petition. Agreed members have formally submitted petition detailing these irregularities to both constituency and regional leadership. To date, there has been no invitation for hearing, no mediation process, and no attempt to resolution. This silence is perceived as status, endorsement of the unfairness, and as an attempt to suppress legitimate grievances, the grievances of dedicated grassroots.
Si Otibuatin Senior School, Omo Esha, how Casepa, Amania Cassia, Bitty says Sukunu, any dining hall, Baconcolano, baby a Chomadiano, a ho and Omudi Gobe, a ho no Mudi Benku, a ho and Omudi rice, water, egg baby, Tom Brown, no Muyamasa Tremu, Esia, defined and now. And until Niama and Koyan Farmer home, offer some hall, Ebinsu, any hall. And Kwadai baby, Ometimi, Aqua Jina, Echasia, Sir Jumedi Kasebi Kosua, Omunibi, Afi kitchen dear, oh, Papa Bienho, Ubakwana and Kra, aye, we farmer money, now we fakobi, na a craba na or chinyadua. And all Casa say, obey here bano emwa, Sabano, Emayo mo emwa, na afi, Niema who do I wono, Intimimua said a buyer and Niema and Womasia, a betimi alco and a nim, Otibuatin, Senior High School. Now, Yenti and Sama Jasini, Chumesi Dankwa, it's me editor Abano enim.
I am a dead. Sir, Nijina das Brenim Ewaha. Nesaya Mareho. And so said Mijinaha. Se wo hwe a modern boy a mo frey adanadi e de akere yin. Now the state of this school ewa ha. Na efe enso are ho nso. Edi enti na meka ne sa. School yi din at the Otibuatin Senior High School. The moment I about Otibuatin Senior High School dino na etrese eye ohene pon bi din a eda school ni so. Sasa na tie dia migina ha, migina ha ma ohen pon kro no enti na migina ha. Sa school ya ye de ato ye ho so yi. Se ye na ye school yi. So, a dear bempo, and a yang as a handful, no yet in I am a school. And could be all this year, dear. And can a new mo here and can grab you. Arameboa. Now, so ye this year. I'm see a new moon in the year. I am for new moon in the year. Politicians new moon in the year. and all students and so any more any year. Na se wo hwe mpanifo egu soro ha yi e fa no a wie school wo hwe omonioma a yakeka fa omo ho a na ese school no ni omo adi ni se nyo school ya enka omo nu ba bia omo adu na enyam obo enya reho enka na ye lunch sa 35 years and 35 years anniversary ye lunch and Kebiank Assembly Hall Kessie Nanke or Ho. Ye pe omututu we ya nankwalane babe didi wa ha. Efri se baby didi kran so no omu nse nibi. Anamu obi. Aha. Now this time round media we sing kete se ekwan bia obefa so a school yi nyomo omu hia obetimi aboa manaba obeye na yese obakofo nsa ensu nyame ani kata ti mesra individuals na omonso omaboa ama sa nyoma kese emienu no eye omo dining hall ene assembly
midasu ejremu ewo Ghana ya disua ensensemu ana mitabiri oman timidi ani akwakopiemu ewo education minister Haruna Idrisu and wakase sisia de free SHS de wuhia and otwa box no almost asanso ahwemu biemu policy no ebiemu na wose wodi wonani esi edan ahodo no ma entumi eni ho mamofra no enya baby pa entena enya baby pa ensua de afi aduane a omudie feeding no wose aban no ebesanso ahwemu ebiemu afi ombetimi ama anida sopa ye quality assurance betimi aboa ema sukuu no etimi akoso mangana mu eno na osi abane buta ye nyina ne se obi a betimi yanyansa ne mudie edi free Ghana free SHS ni mu fi se yense ye pa ebeboa nemom omobesanso ahwe asanso ahwe ni biem ye ntie ensema education minister Haruna Idrisu itimi ekan.
We promise in the manifesto of the NDC led by President John Dramani Mahama that we will review free senior high school. There were many who chose to interpret review to mean cancellation, whether they contacted the Webster dictionary or my dictionary or their own. They know that review is review. We have accordingly reviewed the free senior high school, and we have reviewed it in 3 departments or enterprises of its implementation. 1, infrastructure. And 2, financing and feeding. And 3, quality assurance in terms of standards. In terms of infrastructure, we will all admit that between 2018 and 2024, the country witnessed exponential increase in the number of Ghanaian children accessing secondary education. Commendable initiative of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. But at least what President Mahama have done better is guaranteeing the financing and feeding of free senior high school with the decoupling of the GET fund and assuring free senior high school of adequate and sustainable financing. That is a review, and that is part of the quality review.
Midasu ejremu woni nsamu biemu no eno sanso ade to aso sesisia de o mareshemu se aduane wo hawa ema wona enkwada ekosuku etimi ekofie no ebeba no awieye obehwe se nkwara betimi enye aduane pa ene eto na akosue na edaso emutuo na akokọ ne nsa ibefu na edaso ene goba binsi enwini mokoyi etimi akom na nkwara etimi atiti biare amomo ho aba wonom etimi aye eo esua 1+1 ewo suku mu enti wa mareshemu se aduane wo hawo a ema wosoma sukufu okofie no ebeba no awieye yenti ensema wasanso kaye edit to us.
The feeding of free senior high school we came to the realization that there were many times that schools had to be closed down, or in the course of the academic year, students had to be asked to go home because there was inadequate food available. That is now under a review of the free senior high school, a thing of the past. There is adequate resources and adequate funding from GET Fund to finance free senior high school. The other department of the review of the free senior high school is infrastructure. And many of you here are head teachers. I see the headmaster. I see the headmaster who is representing one of the teacher union group of Nobisco. You will admit that between 2018 and 2024, your numbers have increased threefold, if not fivefold. That again was not accompanied by commensurate infrastructure expansion to take care of the increasing numbers.
Madam Hutau na metumi akọ aba na meba mede amono nsem ebetumi atwa so ewo kase boye so.
Every morning, your skin begins a new story, a moment in the mirror. To care, to refresh, to begin again. She starts with a turmeric clay mask, drawing out impurities, revealing a cleaner, healthier glow. Step into the shower and let your skin breathe. Boss Lady Bona Brightening Shower Gel, bringing your natural radiance to life. Boss Lady Bona Brightening Body Lotion, deeply moisturizing, softening your skin, leaving it smooth, radiant, and alive. Because your skin deserves more than care. It deserves attention. It deserves love. 100% organic, pure, gentle, effective. Feel the glow. See the confidence. Be your best self every day. For more details, contact us on 0246 505 174 or 0500 677 112. We are vetted and approved by FDA. Boss Lady Bona Cosmetics. Your glow begins here.
Afi mame mfawo enkonko piemu ewo amanfo ekromusu emu ensam na mitabri Ghana for de ani akwa piemu ewo Uganda baby for say ginger ninyanu eyo barima bia wasusu se watimi edi ewu na wo anumu ena menu kase nkwada mako enan ena yesi wakun wonum enam so ema wabra omode ni traka ma omode ni kokot akwa akodi na semu no kanu etumi eti esanye na gba wotia breka entia ye wonsom semtrofo ejina ho na echi afaba akoso ema menu ka sei kanu etumi afeli break ema obi a wodi ewu a enunti yede no eko asemdibia na yetimi akwa bua no fokra no menu ka sei ne kana atia sansa ba bekum nipa yenhwe se ne sibi eko so ewo Uganda.
Akibal. Akibal.
Middle soldier more money and somewhere. Berry be a watcher no say where you bang for, baby bunsam. Nanam so na what me atablino and then Uganda courtroom say a quack buano F4. Nanu elaminoka say ya didn't esi free kama ya didn't edruwa. Ewa lawyer atenase judge atenase yemfa ninjina adakamu na watama by no dia hweso pa emumfa no emra na yentumi endi na asem ewa no ye ai na ene mubro ene police fu omuto se police fu iso call staff ni nipo wo nyina da enipo ni nyina edwane etumi ejane ho ama sisia me no wa ka sei omuhu baby a omotimi edi kra edi ese botomu na yenhwe se ne etimi ekoso ewo Uganda.
This lady was also. That lady was escaped, but that the address code they would reassure that she's. I didn't understand. Bees. They are going to enter inside. They're going to enter inside there. They are going to walk on those.
He gets up and they move to that shirt.
They are biting her. And they can enter your ears.
Don't worry about Cassia Bar, me to me at the brow off Casamphony, so Mosonfona na Quesia Mofa. Met to me at the Avanue, Yen Same Choguye, Facebook, off TV, Samsung YouTube one off TV. Google Play Store, now I to download the app on Etimi Famaye. Refiner Step International. Any crime, if you had a specific prayer, ebe koso, baby will be a metomen safro, bra. Nanya mini wa this one a sona o komu ribuno. In free so, was one was on the Sabrano Komubuno. Obama Radin Chenya Mema won Ahome. Ampa Edafiada, Branabeji Ahome, our Taifa Junction, baby of TV, Ewana. We see also or Sofu Gidi and our refinest Tapo International. Akropa Obia Ebetreo. And Chakasian call Miankasa Mame Agnes, a true midwife pensioner. Agnes Atremu, Mama Yamin Shaw and Yokasi on Ton Supengu, so mido ye, mi fiera, domi pema, Samin Sumido. Afi, neba, ma atarut, once o shame live, and Jata, Yamin Yokasi on Ton Supengu, so Esther, they did no more. Esther de Dunumon Chakasia Enko Emfa Emma Happy Mother's Day. Mama Felicia Sewa Happy Mother's Day Chakasia Intimi Enko Emfa Mount Yamenyo Casina Hunan and Kansuanom. Mama Bada Watchery, one so much Yaomi, Joyce and Kruma. Alfie, comfort, Anna Ne. Adum Yamin Shaw, now on your Cassi and Tun Super Emfa and go so. Aha, and I'm the Ghana for easy. Yamipa, and you make the church.